Sooner or later, your car is going to get a dent in it. Now, you can do a couple things. You can just let it go. A lot of people do that. Or you can have it fixed, and if it's deep enough, you got to have it pounded out and sanded and repainted. Or in a lot of cases, the dent may not be that bad, and you can have it removed with what we call a paintless dent removal tool, sort of like this. But there's other ways to do that as well, where this tool may not always work. And we got Steve Hoff here, who can tell us all about it.
I have some exciting new technology to show you, Dave, and it's the T-Hotbox 3650, and it's a heat induction machine that's used to take small, soft dents out without harming the paint.
And that's where you couldn't use this. And so, in other words, someplace on the car, you just can't reach it with these.
Correct, and we use this as a supplemental tool in conjunction with the paintless dent removal
Let me
tools.
see how this thing works.
You got it. Okay, this is a heat pin, and what this does is it applies heat and magnetism and vibration to the panel, and it will lift the dent up by pulsing the power and applying heat to the dent, to the low spot of the dent. So we've got a typical hail dent in this rail. It's an inaccessible area that we really couldn't get to with the dent rod, so we're going to go ahead and use the Hotbox to lift this dent up. So the idea here is to look through the V-sight on the heat pin so I can see the low in the dent and then pulse it. And what it's doing is it's applying heat to that panel and lifting that low up.
Now you're applying heat to that. I mean, does that bother the paint at all?
You can apply too much heat to it, and so this machine has settings that allow us to apply just the manageable, correct amount of heat without burning the paint. So that's just about perfect right there.
Well, it is. I can see it. I can see you pull it out right now. Of course, it's always tough on these cars, especially a black car. You know, it's hard to find those dents, but if the light is just right, then they really pop out.
Right. We have our dent lights set up so that we can see exactly whether the dent is out.
Okay, so you got some other dents on here, too, you're going to fix?
Yeah, we're going to show you a dent in another spot.
Okay, let's see what you're going to do. Now, Steve, I noticed you got two more dents marked there, one with an X and a little smiley face on it. What about those?
We're limited to smaller, softer dents, Dave, so I'm gonna demonstrate.
So the one with the X there is, you'd have to use this Ultra tool for that, right?
Correct. The one with the X is too deep, and the one on the far side with the smile is soft enough for the Hotbox. So I'm gonna use half a second timing on the settings because it's controllable. And then I'm going to let it sit, and as it cools, it's going to relax, and it's going to hopefully pull back down into the perfect flat position.
Now, I noticed that one of the things that you have here are these special lights that come with your kit, too. This is really important so you can see these things, isn't it?
The lights are critical. You really can't do the repair without the lights.
Okay, well, that looks like, I
Looks
can't
like I
believe it.
got
I
it.
mean, you pulled that sucker right out of there.
Looks good, huh?
Well, Sam has got a challenge for you over there on an old Mustang body. You ought to check him out.
Okay.
Steve and Dave are having way too much fun over there. This is a pretty interesting little piece of technology. I want to do some of this myself. Hey, Steve, come on over and tell me if I got this set right. I think I got it in half a second.
Okay, yeah. Half a second is ideal for this. We've got a painted trunk lid, and a half a second is a controllable, manageable setting so that we're going to do it without burning the paint.
Okay.
So I want you to start off on the right-hand side of that soft crease there.
All right, on the right-hand side.
Uh-huh.
And just
pulse it, hold it all the way. You're going to hold it. It's going to stop on its own. So you're going to hold it until it stops. Yeah.
Hey, we're almost gone.
Okay, go again. A little bit more to the right.
Here?
Right there, yep. Pulse it again.
That's gone. Now, I got one over here that's a little bit sharper.
Okay.
All right.
So try that one. And you're
right
going to want to go right in the center of that one because it's just a smaller, sharper dent. Okay, pulse it again. You can wait about a few seconds between each pulse.
Well, I'm going to keep working on this. This is some great technology. You may want to add it to your arsenal. Right now, we need to take a break. Stick around. We've got a lot more coming here at Motorhead Garage. Now, I can see that.